He's slowing down. There we go. Yes. Oh my gosh, mom is back, dude. Oh. Oh. Let's stare back at our potential. Let's look up at the bright stars. Because that's what we are. Bright stars. Let's go. Hello friends, my name is Benoit Kim, a licensed psychotherapist and a professional yapper at your service. Welcome back to my detailed psychological analysis of Your Lie in April, episode 10. Assassination Zero, Samsonian, Helixi, Jin Ichimaru, and Roxy Love are the founding sponsor tier of my videos. Shout out to your support. Shout out to the best patron family and growing YouTube members. I mean it. Thank you guys very much. Sit back. I hope you enjoy my video with Your Lie in April.
負けちまったよ。空前のワタリンフィーバー。後ろ髪引かれながらと。
Generates unprecedented Watari fever. Watari's confidence continues. It sounds like it's a flashback or we're going back to Watari after he lost his school soccer tournament.
モデルと浮き名を流して。リーグ得点を
Okay. Hmm.
若干予定が狂っちまった。スターになり損ねちまった。スーパースターに挫折はつきものだよ。ドラマになる。メッシもそうだ。じゃあ
I do want to ask you guys to focus and pay attention to Kosei's smile. Because right now, Kosei is both the physical anchor and emotional anchor and the comfort for Watari as he's venting, talking about the death of his dream to be a star, to reluctantly move to UK, win 10, whatever championships and so on. Because so far, and for the longest time, everyone else centered and grounded Kosei because of his trauma and struggle. Yet, friendships and meaningful relationships are always bi-directional. The support goes both ways. We need to be able to both give and receive. Give and receive. Not give and take, but give and receive. That's what makes a relationship meaningful. If you're only giving, then it's called people pleasing. And it's not always genuine. Even if the outcome of act of service, being kind, all that, sure, 100%. But I talked a lot about people pleasing. Deep inside, at its core, people pleasing is inherently selfish because you're not doing it for the sake of other people, but you're doing it to save your face and because you're afraid of being rejected and being disliked. Therefore, you lie to yourselves and you're not always being genuine by doing whatever people ask you to do. Because at the end of the day, you want to protect yourself and make sure everyone likes you for who you pretend to be. But it's a false self. Whereas actually giving for the sake of other people, that's genuine. But anyway, all healthy relationships, interpersonal relationships, friendships, spouse, marriage, it's all about give and receive. Sometimes we give more based on our capacity, and sometimes we receive more based on our limited capacity. This is what Watari and Kosei are demonstrating, such a healthy relationship. Another thing I do want to highlight is very deep. Watari is venting about his dream. His pre-planned 5 to 7, 10-year plan fell because of the school tournament, and therefore he missed out on being a star. But who do we know in this show that have his life pre-planned to the T, methodically and meticulously planned out against his will? Kosei. Kosei's mother planned Kosei's life without his voluntary will, without his autonomy, just like a human metronome, a dead person, a dead machine. But here, Watari, who is this person, oozing confidence, full of life, vibrant, love girls, athletic, super popular, he is grieving for the death of his dream, loss of his dream. Yet this whole time, we were supporting Kosei's loss of his dream. Do you see that? It's a parallel process, yet it's different because Watari wanted to live out his life and he planned forth his life in such a way. That's why he's truly grieving. Whereas Kosei, he never grieved properly for his mom's death because of their final exchange, the heated words that we saw last episode. And he never grieved properly for the death of his dream as a pianist because that was never his dream. How can you grieve for the death of your dream if that dream wasn't yours to begin with? So that is a similar yet stark contrast in the difference between Watari's grieving and Kosei's lack of grieving. Yet through Emi's enthralling performance, Takashi, Kaori, all these positive influences, I think they're gonna bring Kosei back. That, oh, that's right, I did want to be a pianist. I fell in love with piano the first days. Not because of my mom in the beginning when he played Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, but I fell in love with this beautiful instruments that we call piano. And hopefully this flashback will springboard Kosei back to his action and his flow state. And so he can crawl out of his, or he can swim to the surface from the bottom of the ocean because the psychogenic mutism or trauma-induced sensory input limitation with his auditory stuff came back towards the end of performance last week. Wow, Watari said, I'm handing you the starring role. Why is Kosei the designated de facto recipient of so many roles? Friend A, supporting character. You're not the main character, Kosei. You're just a supporting character for Kaori and Watari's initial first dates. And then became the accompanist. And he was forcibly signed up to be the soloist based on Kaori's pleading and wish. And now he's the designated star player after Watari gave him the baton. But isn't that what life is? Life is comprised of a sequence of learning and forgetting the lesson, relearning that lesson, internalizing and forgetting again. So in other words, life is a sequence of learning and forgetting. But also life is a sequence of having a dream, fighting for that dream, and then eventually mourning for that dream. Because not every dream comes to reality and comes to fruition, and that is okay. Dreaming in itself is therapeutic and positive and motivating for us. Having a dream in itself is helpful. But over time, based on circumstances, trauma, and anything in between, we have to mourn and grieve for the death of our dreams. But once we grieve it properly, guess what? The beautiful thing about life is cyclical. It's a season. We can birth a new dream and fight for that dream again. But isn't that what makes life beautiful? It's never finite until finite. It's never the end, or it's never too late until the last breath. Just like spring, they come back and it will come again. Everyone's different. Invisible fear. Yeah. Remember the absolute terrifying sight of his mom's ghost haunting him from the past, aka trauma, visual hallucination, and auditory hallucination. One thing I do want to double click on what Watari said, so beautifully said. You are right, we are different. You're not me. You don't have this oozing confidence, dashing good looks, this charisma that's sipping out. You're right. But I'm also not you. I can't appease to Tsubaki's maternal instinct, nor I could play piano. But that is fine, because there's only one of me, one of you. We are a wholesomely unique category of one. And I do want to talk about comparison syndrome. That's what comparison syndrome is. We only compare with other people with our weaknesses and their strength. We only compare what we don't have with what other people do have. Yet, comparison syndrome by default is lopsided. It's skewed. It's a fallacy because we never compare our strength with other people's weaknesses. We only compare our weaknesses with other people's strength. So since comparison is in our human nature because we're social animals and status game is been ingrained evolutionarily speaking, so that's fine. It's not about non-comparing. But if we were to compare, can we do it more objectively and more empirically? Let's compare everything, the good and the bad, not just the bad. Amen, brother. That's true.
星は
Oh, starry sky.
夜輝くんだぜ。
Oh, goosebumps. That's the first bars of the episode. Stars only shine in light of a dark sky. That is so true. There's another quote that I love, kind of fits into this scenario. A candle shines brighter than the sun at night. A candle with that dwindle kindling light. A candle shines brighter than the sun at night. It is the adversity that makes it shine. Showing up to the best of your ability when it's easy, that's easy. Anyone can do that. But what separates great from good is showing up to the best of your abilities despite the limiting circumstances. But of course, it's not always about chasing greatness. It's not always about achievement mindset. Of course, I know that as an Asian American who grew up in a tiger parents, I realize perseverance works until it no longer works. Perseverance prevails until it no longer prevails. It's not everything about achievement mindset. A lot of my therapy, a lot of my trauma was because of my tiger parenting, growing up in that achievement mindset. That's why I deeply, deeply relate and empathize with Kosei. My mom and my trauma is not that traumatic. And of course, it's never about comparing because pain is subjective and everyone's pain is maximum, full stop. So let's not compare our trauma with others people's trauma. I call that trauma Olympics. It doesn't matter. Everyone's lives are unique, respectively speaking. But the point is, achievement mindset, it's not always about that. So it's not always about greatness. Sometimes it simply is about, can we do the best we can? Can we just show up? Can we just wake up? Can we just brush our teeth? Can we just leave our house and go to work? For people that struggle with clinical depression, that is enough, right? And of course, it's okay to be not okay based on the circumstances. But at the end of the day, Watari is right. Stars only shine bright in light of night sky. Such beautifully said. The writing is beyond impressive. Here we go. Oh, another thing. Oh, and the song he's playing, what is it called? Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Stars. Oh my gosh. We're going to see we're going to see Kosei going from a little star to truly twinkling to the max. Let's go, Kosei.
エチュード作品25の5って
Oh no. He's drowning, just going off of muscle memory.
マジ音がデコボコどんどん速くなってく
He's slowing down.
まただ
Oh. I've never played piano. I played drums for a few years in high school, but I'm not really musically gifted by any means. And I really mean that. I'm not just being humble. I'm just not. I can only shower when there's an audience of one, aka me. But for anyone that plays piano out there, anyone that's a pianist, can you just let me know in comments below how difficult it is and how impressive it is for Kosei to play an instrument when he cannot hear the sound of his own playing and notes? Can someone provide like a reference point? Like just give me like a analogy or a metaphor to really showcase how impressive and difficult this is. I just want to appreciate, because you know, when we watch like World Cup or obviously I've been into very tennis. I went to BNP Paribas Indian Wells recently for a tennis tournament, and I've been really into a Drive to Survive or F1 Formula 1 racing. But anytime you watch world-class performances, Olympics or F1 or tennis, they make it so effortless. That's what makes them world-class. Highest difficulty technicalities to them, it's effortless, right? But because of their effortless world-class performance, we don't fully appreciate how great they are. So in this case, because Kosei is so good, I don't really fully appreciate how good he is. So some comparisons will be helpful. Anyway, back to the bottom of the sea. You're just going off of muscle memory. It's because you're rushing, Kosei. Feel the emotions.
深海に飲み込まれていく
Oh, it just hit me. There's another layer of symbolism for the bottom of the ocean. When you're in the bottom of the ocean, for a human, what do you think is the only emotion you're feeling? Fear. This might be outdated list, so I'm sure the ranking might have changed. but like many years ago when I looked up the 5 scariest way for a person to die, in other words, when people submitted their biggest fear in terms of how they would die, I think number 1 was like burning alive. And I think second one was drowning. Regardless of the ranking changes in recent years, drowning is one of the most feared way of death for a human. In that sense, when you're in the bottom of the ocean, you're clearly drowning. So the only emotion we're feeling is fear. In other words, what? Fear overpowers and mutes every other emotions. And what was the title of a previous episode or 2 episodes ago? Let it ring. Let the full spectrum of our emotions ring. Feel the full spectrum of our emotions. So I think in that sense, the metaphors and the symbolism of Kosei being the bottom of the ocean is, of course, he's fearful. He's afraid. 1, because of his mom's visual and auditory hallucination. Ghosts of the trauma of the past taunting him. Of course, that's the reason. But secondly, he can't play well because he's not able to let it ring, let his emotions ring. Why can't he let his emotions ring in terms of the full spectrum? Because fear is the only thing he's feeling. So in other words, every time he's at the bottom of the ocean, the most prevalent emotion is fear, which silences everything else. And that's why he also cannot hear his own music. For him to be the best musician he can, he needs to be able to feel and tap into the tapestry, all of his emotions and feeling. Kosei is not about focusing. Just like you cannot think through overthinking. When you're already drowning, when your neocortex, when your thinking brain, executive motor control is already compromised, telling yourself to focus more is not going to help. It's like saying, hey, stop being anxious, stop being depressed. First of all, if that worked, me and so many people will be out of a job. And secondly, it doesn't work. So it's not about focusing more. It's actually about slowing down. Just like when you're, obviously many of us have AirPods and wireless Bluetooth headphones now, but I still have obviously my earbuds and so on. Anytime you have your earphones tangled up in your pocket, what happens when you try to just whip it out or try to straighten it out through brute force? It gets tighter and tighter and messier and messier, and it gets harder and harder to untangle. So what do you have to do? You first pause, slow down, look at it, and you loosen it up. You literally loosen it up. And through the loosening of those knots, you can untangle it one by one. That's what Kosei needs. And that's obviously a metaphor for life. That's how we need to approach complicated problems versus just more focus, more brute force. Because brute force works until it doesn't. It's not about that. Oh, okay, with your whole body. He's slowing down. There we go, yes. Oh my gosh, mom is back, dude. Oh. No. Bro, really? Did the ghost of the mom really have to blow into his ears? Like, really, man? Oh, that breath. Breathing into his ear, aka oxygen, aka bubbles. I guess that's the visual representation of Kosei grasping for air. That's a very impressive writing, actually. I take my criticism back. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, this is the sound of someone withering in agony. Just like Kosei was able to see the colors of Emi and Takashi's emotions and also Kaori when they were playing, likewise, I'm sure all of these great, talented musicians could also see the colors of Kosei's struggle, despair, and agony. It's so painful to see. Again, because they speak the same language. Oh. Not true. Yep, not true.
叩いても叩いても答えてはくれないでしょう。なんか死んじゃえばいいんだ。
Oh man.
あなたの罰。
No, it's not. And obviously, again, the ghost of his mother taunting him from the past symbolizes Kosei's guilt. That is the potent, powerful representation of Kosei's guilt, taunting him from the past because of his last words he uttered or he screamed at his mother after being beaten senselessly in public after his last tournaments. He's sweating bullets, dude. Can we do a reset like last time? Oh, he's coming back slowly. Okay. Oh no.
やっぱり僕は僕のままあの時のようになんて虫が良すぎたのかな。コン
No.
クールに出れ
It's not wishful thinking, definition right here. Wishful thinking is actually one of the cognitive distortions or distorted thought. Wishful thinking means you're thinking positively without any evidence by denying your circumstances. Wishful thinking is similar to toxic positivity in a sense. It's very dismissive to a certain degree, but the difference is wishful thinking, it's done by you, whereas toxic positivity is done by other people. Sure, the intention might be well, but the outcome and impact is disastrous. What Kosei was thinking leading up to this point is not wishful thinking because there's plenty of proof and evidence. Like that redemption arc that he demonstrated when they did a reset and came back and ended up with a standing ovation when he was a accompanist with Kaori. So it's not wishful thinking. He's just struggling, he's just drowning metaphysically and emotionally. That's why he's questioning himself. The seeds of doubts are blossoming.
僕は僕のまま
No, you're not.
何も変わらない。
Not true. Yeah, oh no.
終わるよりは
やめるな。
Oh. Oh, that's the face of defeat and giving up. Come on, see someone else. The light! The light is reaching. Oh, the light is sipping through the ocean. It's reaching him. Oh, Kaori, the light. Oh. Wow. When are the stars the brightest? In light of the dark sky? But also, stars are also bright when you're in the bottom of the ocean. Man.
頼むよ。
Come on.
冗談だろ。
Oh.
性格無比。見る影もない。俺の憧れた有馬。
No. Oh, he's not just him that feels defeated. Remember, Kosei has become the center of Emi and Takashi's universes. When he crumbles, all those universes also crumble as well. But fear not, Takashi. This ain't game over yet. We're not even halfway point. Let's go.
何だったんだよ。
Seeds of doubts are contagious. It's spreading. That's the influence of Kosei on other people. Come on, make a comeback. Oh. No, you didn't.
冗談やめてくれよ。
Kosei, no. Oh,
本当に
fall from grace, dude.
演奏をやめちゃっ
I'm guessing stopping halfway through is like a huge taboo. Like obviously it's giving up. But it's like a pretty outrageous thing in classical music performance, I'm guessing. Well, I guess it's like starting a test and you're just giving up halfway. Really? He just gave up? No, come on. Come on, episode 10? Fall from grace. DQ'd?
終わりだ。
Oh. Hmm. But I thought you saw Kaori the light. I hope Kosei plays again despite his DQ'd, just like what happened with Kaori. Hopefully that pressure of competition melts away, and maybe that will help with his struggle with his trauma-induced hallucinations with his mother. Man, come on, Kosei. You're a star. Find your why. Come on. Find your why. Dig deep,
僕の
Kosei.
中にいる君ですら諦めることを許してくれない
He's seeing Kaori.
何のために
Fascinating.
バイオリンを弾いたのかな
One way to find out. Kosei, tap into it. Let's go. It's not over until it's over, baby. It's not over until it's over. Oh, his heart's pounding. That's him feeling his emotions. His body embracing the moment. Come on, people are still waiting. Again! Oh, goosebumps. Let's go.
引き直す
大切なのはイメージ。君はこの曲をどう弾きたい？誰
Visualization.
のために？
Tap into the emotions. Let it ring.
何のため誰のために弾いたのかな
Friend A.
僕は音が聞こえないんだ
君を私の伴奏者に任命します。
Hmm?
そうだ
Okay, another flashback. Ah, such a tranquil, peaceful, serene sight.
僕は君のために
Ah, aha. He finally confronted and accepted his why. As I predicted many episodes ago, Kaori is now Kosei's new why. He's now playing for Kaori, which is a whole lot better than playing for his mother. At the same time, my encouragement and my hope stands. I hope Kosei eventually plays for himself. And the only time to combat his psychogenic mutism, only way to combat his trauma-induced dissociation with sensory input of his music is when he plays for himself. Because as long as he plays for himself, not in a selfish, self-gratifying, egoic way, but playing for the love of music, for its purity, for the sake of it. When he plays for himself out of pure love for music, as long as he's alive, no one could take away his piano. No one. And no trauma, nothing can take away the sound of his music away from him. But for now, playing for Kaori is a good start. That's your North Star, Kaori. Oh, here we go. Oh, already hits different. Here we go. He's back.
変わり始めた
Wow.
出だしはこ
Sobbing child.
見たびその姿を変える
Wow. I'm guessing it's really impressive the fact that the judges and all these experts are stunned that he was able to change his tempo and even play style 3 times in one performance. I'm guessing that's super impressive.
この変わりを半端ね
Whoa.
演奏が変わるどころか音が変わる。
Wow. Sunflowers. Oh, sparkle. Twinkle, twinkle, little stars, baby.
中断しちゃった失格だな
It's fine.
暴虐非道な誰かと一緒だ
星は君。
Hmm.
どうせ君だよ。
Just be you.
君と交わした言葉
One last symbolism about the stars are shining down upon you. The stars are the brightest in light of a night sky. Yes, they're all true, like I've been saying. But the only way for us to perceive the brightness of stars shining upon us is by looking up. The stars can be the brightest ever, can be the most beautiful, breathtaking, awe-inspiring sights ever. Yet it's meaningless, it's obsolete, unless we look up at the night sky and acknowledge the stars for what they are, their brightness. Like what Kaori said, the stars are shining bright upon you, or shining down at you. Yes, equally, you still have to acknowledge it. You have to look at it. That's what Kosei is doing right now. He's finally looking at the bright stars, aka his potential, who he once were. He's looking at and staring straight back at the bright stars. He's becoming one with his potential. The potential that's been suppressed, dormant for the last 2 years. Because what's the point of bright stars if you don't look at them, right?
一つ一つが星のように降り注いでくる
Yes.
渡りと見た星空は移り気で
Wow.
椿と見た星空は
Wow.
君と見る星空は
Mm.
どんなだろう
Wow. Wow, so deep. Literally, as I said, that you have to look at the stars for them to be meaningful. That's literally what Kosei said. But here's a really important note. He was afraid to stare at the night sky full of bright stars by himself. In other words, when he stares into his potential, he gets afraid because his mom and trauma are also associated with his potential, the former human metronome. But this time, he's learned to stare and look at his talent, his potential, his great musical identity of the greatest prodigy pianist of their generation, not by himself, but with the support of his community, his loved ones, but specifically in this case with Kaori. That's amazing. Again, music is relational. That's what he's learning. Because before, it was not relational. Music was competition because of mom's tyranny and instilled belief and training. But now he really finally understood what it means to be relational through music. Oh, so beautiful. So poetic, dude. I love this. Oh, yes. He's lighting up the room. He's lighting up the auditorium.
匂いがする。ブサイクにひび割れた
Wow, people are seeing his... Emmy's feeling his emotions.
桜の花びらの影。かすかな寝息。
Oh! Poetic. Yeah, wow. Wow.
有馬の世界に埋没していく。
Oh, goosebumps. Non-stop body goosebumps. He's transporting the audience to his world. And his world is now colorful, full of life and vibrancy.
満足のいく演奏はできないかもしれない。でも弾くの。弾ける機会と。
Amen, sister. Yes. Yes.
これが俺だ。
響け。
Culmination. This is the
聞
climax.
いてくれた人が
Mm.
私を忘れないように、
Mm.
その人の心にずっと住めるように。
Mm. Oh, Kaori. I hope it's you one day, Kosei. You need to be important to yourself too.
君だけでいいや
Oh man.
ありが
Two
とう
lovebirds. Hmm. Oh, he's playing for love. Oh, golden hour. Such a beautiful imagery. Obviously, violin in the background's Kaori. Oh. 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 This girl's, that little plush toy cat is the one that triggered his first exchange with the spirit of the black cat, which incited and prompted the trauma of his mother taunting him, right? Ghosts of the past. But we're full circle. That very girl with that plush cat toy, she's overwhelmed, immersed, taken back, moved viscerally, wholeheartedly by Kosei's music, his musical language, emotional language, his inner worlds. Just like Emi, just like Takashi, just like Tsubaki, Kosei is back, baby. Kosei's back. Let's go.
もう年かしらね。
Ah,
一途な思いを聞かされると
ah, ah.
かすかな寝息が聞こえる。猫みたいだ。
Ah, petal of flower.
友達を好きな女の子。
Dude, Kosei, you still think that Kaori likes Watari, bro? You are misreading a room, like reading a book and you thought it was English, but it's freaking Korean the whole time. Buddy, you need Google Translate before love language. My guy, my goodness, you're so off.
もう付き合っちゃえよ。
届くといいな。
Oh, trust me. She's picking up what you're putting down, buddy. She gets it. She sees you, she hears you. Oh, breathtaking performance. He's back. Yes. Spring is here, baby. Spring is here. Oh.
君がいる。
Oh. Oh. As soon as it says spring is here, Kosei said you are here. Oh. That is a full acceptance of Kaori and her influence and role in Kosei's life. That's such a monumental progress because now Kaori, I think, officially and emotionally replaced the tyranny of his mother. If that's not progress, what is?
君がいるよ
Oh.
有馬昴生君
あの子の言った通りだ。
Music is freedom. Ah, so that black cat is Kosei's inner voice. It's his inner child. Amazing symbolism.
君
Ooh. Oh, yeah. Go off on him, Kosei. Follow your emotions. Let it ring, baby. Oh, man, look at him. His body posture changed. He's softer. He's more flexible, fluid. Oh, cherry blossom. Oh, man. Oh, he's back, dude. Oh. Oh. The freaking imagery is nuts. Absolute cinema, that was. Wow. Wow. Dude, the audience is speechless. A level beyond being enthralled. They're stunned. Auditorium is absolutely stunned. Dude. Wow. 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 They're speechless. That is true music, dude. Wow. Oh, he felt it. Oh,
余韻。
emotional resonance. Wow. Wow.
後悔なんてみじ。
Aww. He's transitioning like a cocoon, caterpillar to a cocoon phase, and then bursting through his cocoon, his old shelf, shadow of his past self, to become a blossoming, beautiful butterfly that flaps its wings, right? It's the transformation that makes a butterfly Beautiful. I shared this fun fact in a different series before, but did you guys know only 30% of caterpillars actually survive the cocooning phase? Only 30% of them actually break through their shell and become a beautiful butterfly. 70% of caterpillars do not make it. They die of starvation, being stuck in their cocoons, shell of their past. Identity formation, breaking into our new self, requires tremendous courage, tremendous effort, but it is worth it because stars are the brightest in light of a dark sky. A candle shines brighter than the sun and night. It's a struggle, it's a suffering, it's the trials and tribulations that truly reveal our true character. We are our best selves. We can only tap into our best selves in light of struggle. And that is a fact. Of course, when we're going through it, it is difficult, it is tough, but we can do it. We have so much more potential than we give ourselves credits to. We are so much more resilient than we are aware at times, especially in light of struggle, during our trauma, during our situations. Think about all the other hard things. Think about all the other seemingly impossible, insurmountable challenges we've gone through, endured, survived. But here we are, right now, in this very moment, through the screen. You guys are watching me, which proves that you guys survived and endured through all the other struggle before, all the other trauma, circumstances that you didn't think you were going to make it. You thought you weren't going to make it. But here we are, watching this beautiful piece of work, this art together. Why? Because you made it. You endured. We are survivors. We are fighters. We are resilient. Let's stare back at our potential. Let's look up at the bright stars, because that's what we are. Bright stars. Let's go.
梨のつぶてまあそうだよな
That's right.
届くかな
It did, bro. Oh, she was crying too. Oh. Oh. Oh, poor Tsubaki. Ah, why did they have to do Tsubaki dirty like that? In that such a beautiful, wholesome scene, did they really have to include Tsubaki's sadness and grief? Because Tsubaki doesn't get it. She gets it, but doesn't fully get it because she doesn't speak that language of music. Whereas Kaori's absolutely sobbing, full of tears. That resonance resonated fully throughout her veins, her body. Oh, man. The writers are dirty, man. They can't believe they had to include that Tsubaki scene. Oh, man. Oh, the mother is back. She smiled? No way. Oh, it's a gentle smile. Episode 10, the scenes we shared, which is all the combinations, all those imageries, scenes, memories that led up to Kosei's final third transition of his playstyle that ended up with this absolute stunt, speechless of an audience and auditorium. And the mom smiled. The ghost of his mother was no longer dark, ominous, sinister with its grayed out colors, but became colorful, regained her life, and brought back that gentle smile. Just like the same smile, the same loving, compassionate gentleness that showered upon Kosei during his first introduction to Twinkle Twinkle Little Stars. When he played piano for the first time, the gentle maternal love is back. Y'all, what an episode. Absolute cinema. Anyway, enough yapping today. As always, thank you guys for tuning in. Means greatly. And of course, public shout out and recognition for Scientia Tridents. Again, thank you so much, Scientia, for your generous support. Without your support, I would not be here recording this series. And without your support, I would not have been able to finish the series. So thank you for your act of kindness and for your donation that allow us to finish the series together due to low YouTube engagements and the struggle with ad revenue. As always, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Remember, we matter, we are worthy. And let's look up and look at the stars because they are so bright, unknown to us. Thank you guys for tuning in. See you next week. Peace.